Title: Kids on Lockdown, Texas Juvenile Centers on Brink of Overflow. Who's sweating more, the kids or the officials? TLDR. Darn. Texas juvenile detention centers are feeling the squeeze, with the state declining to take more troubled kids. The Texas Juvenile Justice Department, TJJD, is going through some tough times, with a severe staffing shortage causing them to halt new admissions. This means local detention centers in Dallas and Collin counties could be running out of room real soon. Could home be the new jail for some of these kids? With the Texas Juvenile Justice Department, TJJD, closing its doors to new admissions, it's like a hot potato game. Dallas and Collin County lockups are stuck with it. The reason? Not a fun one, a gnarly staffing shortage. So the question is, with capacity ticking closer to the brink every day, who's going to blink first? Kids who are all set to shift to state facilities are now stuck in county lockups, some for months on end. Over in Collin County, there's talk of running out of beds within days. That's right, days. As for the kids, we're talking about minors charged with felonies. Yes, felonies. So while we're making light of the situation here, let's not forget the gravity of it all. As of May, the TJJD was housing around 570 youths, the lowest in a decade. But who's going to be housing the next 570? Local juvenile departments are sounding the alarm, with Lynn Hadnett, director of Collin County's Juvenile Services, stating that all responsibility now lies at the local level. And that's where the problem multiplies. The counties are already stretched thin, so where does this leave the kids? Out on the streets. Or maybe, just maybe, home could be the new detention center while their cases are pending. And if you're wondering, oh, they'll just release the non-violent ones, hold your horses. Some of these kids are involved in violent cases, and the last thing anyone wants is for them to be out on the streets. What's the silver lining here? Well, the only positive note to this discordant symphony is the potential for more kids to get rehabilitated at home. But is that enough? On the flip side, we've got the staff, or rather, the lack thereof. The TJJD isn't the only one struggling. Local juvenile detention centers are having a tough time hiring and retaining staff. The result? Dual certifying staff across divisions and causing burnout. More kids, fewer staff, it's a recipe for disaster. So what's the way out? Good question. More state funding to expand regionalization and bolster unoccupied beds in local facilities, perhaps. But even that's a band-aid, not a cure. Will more money really solve the issue or just shove it under the rug? We are left pondering a truly dire predicament, a ticking time bomb with no clear solution in sight. Texas juvenile detention centers are stuck between a rock and a hard place, and one can only wonder, are they going to take the heat, or pass it on to someone else? So here's the burning question, in a system already pushed to the limit, how will these centers handle the escalating